What up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Talkin Mess, the gentleman's perspective on shit that happens. Today, I'm going to be talking mess about none other than the king himself, LeBron James. To give you the bottom line up front, this is not going to be a sports discussion. It's more about the man that he represents and not the ball he dribbles. Unless you've been living under a rock, you already know LeBron James is one of the wealthiest people in this country. This dude is producing the most important documentaries today on civil rights activists. Muhammad Ali, who's arguably the greatest boxer of all time, one called Shut Up and Dribble. Some of y'all probably even tune into The Shop on HBO, and that's good. But let me tell you right now, none of that shit was good enough to stop people from spray painting nigger across the gate of his Brentwood home. With regard to the environmental upbringing of a young LeBron James, I would argue that his childhood mirrored my childhood. And many of you listening to this podcast, he knows, like I know, like you know, the expectations are different in the minds of the outside world when it comes to a dark-skinned black male. A little black boy that grew up in any hood, USA, with the same issues that are still issues plaguing the black community in any town, USA, ranging from petty crimes to substance abuse to gun violence and gang activity. This is America, and this is the reality for many of us, above and below the poverty line. But I tell you what, an environmental upbringing such as this is also a seed of serving leadership in a young LeBron James. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk that mess. Listen up. I got something to say. Listen up. I got something to say. Peter Piper pick the pepper, and I drop rhymes, and I'ma talk that shit, cause I back mine. So don't sleep, listen up, I got something to say. Rise up, live life, and keep the haters at bay. Hey. Talk that shit. Hey. Talk that shit. Hey. All too often, on the road up, young leaders become servants of what is rather than shapers of what might be. John Gardner. Now, as a person that spends a lot of time reflecting on relationships and experiences and observations, sometimes I can't help mind mapping this stimuli around a central theme, which could be completely random, like seriously. To give you a real example of what I'm talking about, okay, all right. When you look at social reform over the last 70 years, we can pinpoint movements from the 1950s to the 1970s, which was fighting for civil and social rights, equality, and justice, right? But today, with regard to the black middle class, by conventional measures, I'm talking about income, education, and occupation, at least 1/3 of African Americans compared to 1/2 of whites are considered middle class. That's a huge marker from where we were to where we are now. But that's a whole nother bag to unpack. I just wanted to mention it to say this. There are many heroes that paved the way for people of color and culture. And in some cases, our champions paid the ultimate price. For what? For us. For us to learn, to grow, to thrive, to survive, to use our voices and our intelligence, to show our God-given gifts, to be excellent. However, sometimes I can't help but notice how the status quo is wonderfully convenient. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come so far, but we got so far to go. For real. Okay, check this out. I'm in a process of trying to get my military body back. But that shit is a struggle. Okay, I'm a little overweight. So I need good clothes, good food, good vibes, and a good pair of shoes to do my thing in, right? Like anybody that wanted equality, anything. So I leave the gym, but I had to hustle to pick up my kids from school and take them to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I get there, and this woman, she was I don't know if she was a teacher, but she's like one of them assistants that help with the administrative stuff and the leg work without doing throughout the school or whatnot. But she was also assistant security that day. So I come in the door, I sign up for my kid, I sign out my kids, and she says, "You got on the wrong shoes." I was like, "I'm sorry, you talking to me?" She was like, "Yeah, those LeBron James, ain't they?" I said, "Yeah, they LeBron James." "What do you mean I got on the wrong shoes? These shoes is great, man. They squeeze the ankles like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?" But she was like, "Yo, I don't like LeBron." I'm like, "Damn, where the heat coming from? How could you not like this dude? This dude is a black hero for young black men and black people in general. How could you not like LeBron James?" I don't understand it. I know a lot of people throw shade at the brother because they love you on your way up to the top, but once you get there, they can't stand you. That's the truth. But she was like, she hit me with something. She was like, "Yo, I don't like LeBron James because he think he's supposed to win at everything." I was like, "What? Really? Man, he's supposed to think he want to win everything. Ain't that what we send our kids to school for?" I know that I'm not saying correct English. Isn't that what we send our children to school to learn, to be winners, to be conquerors of their future, their destiny of the world? Come on, lady. They got you on payroll in this joint? In that moment, a quote that I've heard several times truly became meaningful for me. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. Did you know there was an actual psychological term that explains why LeBron just think he's supposed to win at everything? I'm talking to you, the person listening to this podcast. Did you know there was an actual term in psychology to explain why LeBron James supposed to win at everything? Well, why he think he's supposed to win at everything. And it don't just go for LeBron James. That could be anybody. Anybody that's out there winning, it's a psychological term to explain that. And it goes like this, okay? In psychology, the term locus, like focus with an L, locus of control, is a degree to which a person believes that they have control over the outcome of the events in their lives. While somebody with external locus of control, they'll blame outside forces for everything. Now, this term was created by a guy named Julian Rotter in the 1950s, but that's a whole nother bag to unpack. But I just mentioned it to say this. Winners often have strong locus of control. This doesn't say that winners don't analyze the processes, attitudes, and environments of fellow winners to gain a competitive advantage. They do. Because success leaves clues. You hear that? Success leaves clues. However, when the whistle blows, winners focus on winning and execute their strategy, not derailing somebody else. That's the difference. So in my book, LeBron James, as a person and as a professional, is a winner. Here's an example. The LeBron James Family Foundation. $41 million He put $41 million into a scholarship fund through his nonprofit organization and founded a school, the I Promise School for at-risk kids. But it gets better than that. Admission to the school is free, with free uniforms and lunch. They even have a food pantry, a GED program with job placement for parents with emotional support services. Now, I promise to God, 5 years ago, when I was in my grad program, I said that that's a direct ally to reverse a lot of the bullshit in the hood, some type of job placement or GED programs for the parents of the students going to that school with opportunities to volunteer. Man, you could start affecting change right there, one block at a time, because those people have a vested interest in that school because that school is educating their child. So now they're more invested into helping their kids be better because they want to be better. They want more. It ain't no fucking handouts. You got to teach people how to fish. This dude has created an infrastructure that teach people how to fish. Man, don't be surprised if Akron end up being 50 years down the line, have so many things named after LeBron James, and this place is going to be one of the most booming places in the United States if other people don't conform to this type of what I'm about to get into next, servant leadership. See, it's crucial for me to point out that all these kids and LeBron James are connected through their shared experiences in growing up in poverty. He sees himself, his family, his friends, and these kids. And their families, more importantly, they see what they can become, and that's powerful. He already sent 1,100 kids to school on a full ride, full scholarship through the I Promise program before the school even popped open, okay? Man, I love how the school have inspirational murals. If you get an opportunity, go check out the website. If you ain't doing shit else but trolling social media, look up the I Promise School. Take a look at the photo gallery. Man, the school got inspirational murals and inspirational Black people throughout the hallways. Because that, I mean, to me, that just resonates. But what resonated more with me was the Jackie Robinson mural and the quote associated with it, because I can tell that that was a driving force for LeBron James. And the quote is as follows: "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." Ladies and gentlemen, that's premier servant leadership. A servant leader focuses primarily on the growth and well-being of people and the people of their community, all right? The difference between servant leadership and traditional leadership is that traditional leadership generally involves the accumulation and exercise of power by the person at the top of the pyramid. Servant leadership is completely different. Servant leadership shares that power, and they put the needs of others first and help people develop and perform at a high level. This is LeBron's servant, all right? He's letting everybody know. He's putting people on notice. He said, hey, look at me serve. But at the same time, he's extending an invitation to other prominent athletes to join the movement. I don't think it's a coincidence that you see brothers like Colin Kaepernick materialize. And even on a smaller scale, when you look at the guys on Instagram with huge followings on social media, participating in the Give Back Challenge, because it just something that boosts your serotonin levels. It makes you feel good chemically when you can do good for other people. And this guy is creating a domino effect, a butterfly effect, turning the tides in our favor. In short, I want to say that LeBron James' success let us know, let me know that I can be myself and still be successful. I don't have to put on a mask. I don't have to hide my blackness. I am who I am, and that's who I am. That's all I ever aspire to be, is a better version of myself. He let us know that we can be attacked by the most prominent people in the world, the president of the United States, and still be unscathed. This dude has become a major social political figure, earning respect on a national level from his peers outside of sports. But he's not a politician. LeBron James is a positive representation of Black men on so many levels: husband, father, son, brother, businessman, mogul, activist, mentor, role model, man. He's an American hero. He's an African American hero. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to like, share, and promote this podcast if it sounds good to you. If you're good with the information that you heard, if it resonates, if anything that I be saying resonate, feel free to share. Hit me up. Let me know I'm doing a good job. Let me know what I should be tweaking. Let me know how I can better accommodate by talking shit from a gentleman's perspective, because it's shit that happens every day. I mean, it is what it is. But I want to become better at reporting my perspectives and make sure I have facts to back them up. So if you have any meaningful feedback, then by all means, like, share, comment, or email at q@livingloudmedia.com. Until then, I'll talk to you later. God bless. I'll holla.